Hey guys, in this video I will go over the best Pokemon to climb with in the new season. Since the new season just started, I think all of you want to go back to Master as fast as possible. So I'm going over some characters for jungle laning, for duo queuing as well, and I will go over their movesets and their held items. Let's start with one of the biggest winners of the patch with Absol. And you can play both Absol in jungle, bot lane, top lane. It can go anywhere, so very adjustable towards your team comp. We play Night Slash, Sucker Punch. And why is it such a big win of this patch? Because everything is squishier. There's less body barriers around, people have less HP in general, and the game is very snowbally right now, and it feels very snowbally. So we run Razor Claw Scope Lens on the third item. So body barrier in Absol is quite bad now. The sheet is very, very low, so it just kind of disappears way too fast. And you can probably play something like Muscle Band. You can play something like, I've been personally playing a lot of Attack Weight. Those are totally fine picks as well for the third one, or just Focus Band. A Focus Band, especially on jungle, is very, very strong. Absol does is quite squishy, but it's not too bad either. And for better item, we will always go Eject Button. Up next, we have Lucario. Yes, Lucario, he got nerfed, but again, similar to Absol, everyone lost HP, and he was not someone that ran Body Barrier himself, so he actually kills targets very fast. He still play Extreme Speed and Bone Rush, and he's still just absolute insane to play against and very unfun. He just snowball games very hard, does absolutely insane damage. We run Weakness Policy, Razor Claw, and Attack Weight in this build. You can also replace one of these with Muscle Band if you want, but Attack Weight is a given, 100%. And we run full heal, so we just don't get CC'd in our extreme speeds. You can also run Eject Button if you really want to, if you're not confident on the full heal, but I would still recommend full heal. Up next, yes, we have Trevenant. Yes, Trevenant. I actually used Trevenant to climb, and I won a lot of games with this Pokemon, and it made me climb to Master quite fast. Very strong right now with the Curse and Horn Leech build. My personal favorite build is Muscle Band, Attack Weight, Focus Band. There's certain different things you can do as well there, and you will mostly go top path just because you want to stack Attack Weight, but you can also go bottom path. You don't necessarily have to play this. You can also replace with a Body Barrier, and you can go for this build as well, and just play him like a tank on bot side. I just like Muscle Band because he basically takes a lot, right? So it does get a lot of value. It's very good early game too, and gives him great trading potential, great 1v1ing, and he can even take Dreadnoughts on his own very fast as well. And for better item, obviously Jack Button, we want to use our Horn Leech Blinks, and yeah, nothing else really makes sense. I mean, X speed is not too bad either. You can consider an X speed. I would not recommend anything else. Slow Smoke not, Potion not. For sure, this is my favorite build for Trevenant. Then we have the good old Machamp, which is still super good in solo queue, super good to climb with, has very strong early phase, laning phase, and the most important thing about him is just, again, also there's less body barrier sheets now, so Unite Move will actually kill his target straight up. He will absolutely obliterate anyone. And the best part about Machamp is he can always pick a target on the enemy team and just absolutely murder them in teamfights. So if then we have like a level 15 jungler, like a Cinderace Greninja or something, he can just decide to just run them down, right? He can pretty much with his Unite move target out one person, that is the most important one, and completely negate them in teamfights. We run Dynamic Punch in close combat with Muscle Band, Focus Band. We used to run Body Barrier, which I think can still be played as well, but now I'm actually switching over to the Attack Weight on Machamp, just so for more damage. And we have also have Eject Button for Eject Button Dynamic Punching. We can also Eject Button Unite Move onto someone, just very important. I think you can still play Body Barrier. Again, Body Barrier is not necessarily dead as an item on a lot of characters. I think people will slowly go back to it eventually because they realize team fighting is quite difficult without a shield. But for now, I think this is very strong to just get very far and very high in ranked. Then I feel like one of the actually strongest characters right now to climb is Blastoise. Also for laning phase, you can also jungle or lane with him. Again, very flexible Pokemon. He can go anywhere, top, bot, and jungle. He has very strong early game, very strong mid game, very strong late game. Strongest Unite move almost in the game besides Super. And we run Focus Band, and yeah, on this Pokemon, we for sure I would still run Body Barrier. It's just way too good and way too important for team fighting, and just the bonus HP is also very nice, so Focus Band is a given. And then for the last item, since Score Sheet is kinda gone, I would recommend the Special Specs. You can also go Choice Specs. Both are totally fine items. If you so the problem with Muscle Band in this build, you don't really auto-attack, but in theory, for better laning phase, you could still run Muscle Band as well. But Special Specs will increase your damage by quite a lot if you get it stacked. And then we also have Eject Button. You guys know you can do Unite Move into Eject Button. So Blastoise is also very easy to play. This character is very straightforward. You don't have any skill shots necessarily after level 7. And you just run over your opponent's late game. You just press Unite, blink to the enemy team, go into Rapid Spin, Water Spout, and you just can decide to either like literally kill anyone on the enemy team quite easily. Then another great carry still is Venusaur. Venusaur is still very strong as well, and we run the Razor Leaf Giga Drain build with Muscle Band, Body Barrier, and Focus Band. Another character that probably still runs Body Barrier, just because you want that initial shield to tank some damage and just be strong in team fights. We run it with the full heal, because if you get stunned and you don't get your Giga Drains out, you die quite easily. And yeah, the game is very squishy right now, and again, also his Unite move does crazy damage. So there's Buddy Barriers in the game, means Venusaur will also do a lot of more damage in team fights. Just with Unite move, you can absolutely obliterate the enemy team quite fast. Also very straight and easy character to play. They help you rank up very fast. And for that last laning Pokemon, yes, I'm gonna recommend Sylveon. I think Sylveon is beyond underrated by the community, and I think is absolutely crazy if you want to climb fast. Has very early power spikes, does a lot of damage with Hyper Voice and Calm Mind. We run Choice Picks, Vice Glasses for even more damage on the Hyper Voice. And Focus Band. You can also still run Buddy Barrier, this used to be the build, but right now you can also go consider a Focus Band just for better laning phase, and since Buddy Barrier is a bit weaker now, don't necessarily need on this Pokemon either anymore, but you can still run it too. And for a better item, we run X-Speed in this Pokemon, because it allows us to just pretty much just be a kite machine and be able to keep people in our Hyper Voice. This character is, I don't think it's too difficult to play, you probably need a few games to get used to it, but let me tell you guys, this Pokemon is very good. So for junglers, I already mentioned Blastoise and Absol can jungle quite well. So now we go for Pokemon that can literally only jungle, which is Talonflame. Talonflame still just got nerfed, but I think it's still very strong as well. We still run Brave Bird, Aerial Ace. It did get a nerf. It has lower range now, a lower AoE radius, and also less damage. But again, a lot of people lost their Buddy Barriers or lost a lot of HP in early game, which means he can kill targets even easier now. So we still run Razor Claw, we now run Attack Evade, we don't run Score Sheet anymore, we just run Attack Evade. Hopefully we get some stacks in during the game for us to just deal more damage. And I would still recommend Buddy Barrier because he really has low cooldowns, but if you want to go, you can also go full damage. As I uploaded a video yesterday, we can also run a Muscle Band or a Focus Band if you really want to, but yeah, I think Buddy Barrier is still very strong on this character as well. And we pair this all with the Eject Button. Very straightforward, we can Brave Bird Eject Button on 2 targets, we can Eject Button behind enemy Pokemon and invite them to our team, and still very easy and strong character to play. For next Stranger, we have Greninja, who actually even received a buff last patch in his Unite move, so even stronger now than before. We run Smokescreen and Surf. Surf absolutely insane in solo queue, and in general can snowball games very hard. We run Muscle Band, Scope Lens, and I would still recommend running Buddy Barrier in this character just because you jump into your opponents and just being able to soak a bit of damage before you can get your Surf reset in is still very important. You can also run Attack Rate. It's a bit hard to stack on jungle, but if you get those stacks, Surf has crazy scaling, you can do a lot of damage with it. Otherwise, Focus Band can just replace Buddy Barrier in general. In general, you will see a lot of more Focus Bands now over Buddy Barriers, but I think this is a Pokemon that can still utilize Buddy Barrier quite well. He is quite squishy, the shield is not quite big, but still allows him to have much better team fighting. You can also maybe restore a Razor Claw, but I'm not the biggest fan of this item, so yeah, I would recommend Buddy Barrier, Focus Band, or Attack Rate. And for battle item, we run Eject Button or Full Heal, depends on what you want. I think in this meta, Eject Button might be better because the game is much more bursty now, so actually just being able to Eject Button on someone and get a fast kill is much more important than having long sustained team fights. Full Heal was very strong in longer team fights, being able to not be CC'd and burst it down, but right now there's so much burst in the game that you might just be able to dodge something and then go in and live and maybe get a reset much easier. And then talking about everything being much squishier now, Gengar. I think Gengar's gonna see an absolute rise in this patch with the Dream Eater Shadow Ball build. Everything is squishier, and he's actually made for this kind of meta where everyone is very squishy and just be able to get one shot. We run triple glasses, and honestly, if you guys are good on Gengar, you're gonna just breeze through rank like it's nothing. You just run around, one-shot everything left and right. We run Choice Specs, Special Specs, Vice Glasses just for the one-shot potential with the Eject Button, because we just have to be safe. If we go in, we can't really get back out, right? If we don't get the reset, so we save Eject Button just to make sure we can get out. And also Eject Button allows us to blink onto someone for a long-range Dream Eater, also very strong. Next up are some Pokemon you can play in duo queues that are very important to have. The first one is Hooper. Yes, Hooper got nerfed, but is still very strong in all games and very important. We can either go Trick Shadow Ball, and if you play with the Premade, you can also go Trick Phantom Force. Phantom Force is much better when you have a Premade or an ally you can talk to, otherwise I would not recommend going it. And then we run Muscle Band, Focus Band, and still Buddy Barrier as well. I think it's just very important to have this in team fights on supports as well, to be able to give someone a shield very fast at the start of a team fight, and also make sure that Hooper doesn't get bursted down going right into its Unite move. And then we just run Eject Button, very classic. Not much to go there, and we pretty much can pair this with any Pokemon that's very strong early laning phase. I think Ninetales Hooper is also still very strong, even though Ninetales got nerfed a bit, is a bit weaker. Ninetales and Hooper is still an insane combo. Hooper Venusaur, and then as well Hooper with any jungler, like Hooper Greninja is super strong. Anything that just runs in, you can trick and does a good amount of damage, is very good synergy with Hooper in general. Lucario, Machamp as laning phasers, also very strong. You can set them up with Astonish early game as well. And again, you have very easy time hitting tricks and Phantom Forces as well. Like if Lucario and Machamp go in, you can Phantom Force them back out quite easily after they go a bit too deep, so it gives you a lot of secure. Same for Talonflame. If you play with the Brave Bird Talonflame duo queue, you can trick him, he can jump in, you can Phantom Force, and after Brave Bird, if he doesn't find a kill, he can just go back to safety. And then for the last Pokemon, we have Blissey, which is also very strong in Premates. Again, the meta's very bursty right now, so having another shield and Blissey's alternate giving a shield is very strong for teamfight, so keep your carries alive. Rerun Buddy Berry and Focus Band. And third item used to be Score Shield, but if you play with the Premed, you can go XP Share now. Where's XP Share? There's XP Share, you can consider XP Share. Or I think you can even consider something like Assault Vest. So I think Assault Vest could slowly become a replaceable for like Score Sheet on characters like Snorlax, Wigglytuff, or Blissey. But in general, third slot is very open and probably XP Share might be the best one right now. And for better item, we still run Eject Button. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, hope it was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!